do stay tuned for updates. Now, much of the talk about climate action revolves around the impact the world has on future generations. Young people are increasingly involved in activism when it comes to protecting the world around us. And I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by UN Youth Ambassador Archana Soreng and Times Climate Activist of the Year, Nyombi Morris. A very warm welcome to you both. Now, the youth voice, of course, we talk about a lot when it comes to the power of youth activism and climate change. Nyombi, to you first, if I may. You were Times Climate Activist of the Year. What did you do to earn that title?
First, thank you so much for hosting me. In my country, right now, according to Afrobarometer, is ranked among the first 12 countries that need support to adapt so quick because climate change is ravaging us. So for me, I decided to start taking actions and protect our existence. Uganda is the pearl of Africa, but today all the green is disappearing. So what I do, I'm on ground with young people, mostly university students, trying to carry out reforestation in all Ugandan forest reserve. We have done this in 17, and maybe that's why I was in Time magazine. But also I'm pushing so much in school to make sure that climate education is implemented. So I have a second project called Our Changing Climate and also Climate School, where we are educating young people about the impacts of climate change and what they can do now, because we are leaders of today, not tomorrow.
Well, Nyombi, you must be doing some very important work in Uganda to have received that title. And Archana, if I may ask you about the work that you've been doing as well, explain to our viewers the biggest impacts that you're seeing in India when it comes to climate change.
As part of UN Secretary General's Youth Advisory Group on Climate Change, our role has been to bring the perspective of young people from different regions and different groups to Secretary General in terms of highlighting the challenges which young people are facing and the impacts young people are facing, and also the solution which young peoples are practicing on ground. And I truly believe that we young peoples have been there out front advocating for climate action, and specifically in terms of across the levels and across regions and Asia, we see that we are no longer, looking forward to be affected by climate crisis. We are in the middle of climate emergency. We are facing the impacts of climate crisis every day. And for us, being a young indigenous woman, it's really critical for us to be part of this decision-making processes, because nothing about us without us. And we indigenous people, young people, Afro-descendant, local communities, women and girls needs to be leaders of climate action and should not be victims of climate policies.
Now, Nyombi, some youth activists like Greta Thunberg have made the decision not to attend COP this year. Do you know their reasons for not going to the summit, and has it made a difference not having those voices?
I think she was right not to come, because for me who came, I haven't seen any results. It's all about talks. I got a chance yesterday to be in a room where negotiations are, and what I can tell you, whatever we are talking about, whatever we are sharing, we are not included. Like, they had their own report that we are working on. So even if you share something, it doesn't make any sense for them. Like, they know what they are doing. It's all about talk, no any action. So I'm so happy that she didn't even make it, because many young people who are here are just moving around, just attending side events, but there is no any hope that we can get actions from this conference.
And what's your reaction to that, Archana, in terms of what you've seen at COP and the progress of talks? Have you been given any hope as to what you've heard happening in Sharm el-Sheikh?
I feel it's very critical to be part of COP27. We cannot let it go, and we cannot let any of the decision spaces being without young people. And I think it's really critical for us to engage in these spaces. I understand it's so much disappointment and critical when we feel that we are underrepresented, undermined. But what I feel, my hope is to see that how young people are fighting back impact, and amidst all the adversities, being in the forefront and advocating for climate action. I feel it's really critical to be part of the process because we young people are here as researchers, writers, negotiators, and in all our different capacities. And it's really, really integral to be here part of the process, because I think as we look forward, it's like we are having multiple COPs, but till when is the question? And I think we need to push forward for more of implementation, like from moving ahead from COP26 to COP27. It has to be all about implementation, and we have to be part of the processes.
Now, Nyombi, the theme of loss and damage has been central to this COP, the idea of developed countries paying compensation to those countries that have paid the biggest price for climate change but have not necessarily caused it. Now, Rishi Sunak ruled out paying compensation. Joe Biden didn't commit to it yesterday either. What hope do you have that an agreement will be reached on this?
First, what I would like maybe to see right now is to see mechanism on how this money is going to be supplied to the communities, because our communities are already going through a lot. And if this money is not released now, it means our people are going to continue to suffer. Because now everyone is talking about loss and damage. It is on table. Yes, they are discussing about it, but we have seen this so many times. Even last year, they brought fossil fuel on table, and again, nothing came to pass. So for me, my wish is to see that the money, at least that is available, is shared right now. So I need mechanism to see where this money is going to be and how it's going to be shared to the community. So without that, don't see any hope.
OK, Nyombi Morris, Archana Soreng, we really appreciate your thoughts today. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with your work.
Thank you.